And are you man enough to fight with me, Medic?
I must break you. If you die, you die.
But you need to get the hostages out in 15 minutes. And if you can't get them out with me, then go on without me.
I played the Punisher once. I don't know.
You did?
Apparently, kind of. So
You
welcome.
did, and you were naked in a sewer.
Yes.
With candles all around.
I mean, why is that weird? The Ninja Turtles are naked in the sewer all the time, and no one bats an eye.
They don't have candles all around them. And they wear masks, and they're turtles.
So, welcome back to Mindbreakers. We're doing the 1992, I guess, cult classic action movie.
Cult classic in the loosest of terms.
Soldiers who were killed during the Vietnam conflict are brought back to life in a top-secret military experiment that creates superhuman warriors.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
And for some
fucking reason, they're speaking Vietnamese.
And every second I squat it, I just sitting here, I get weaker. And every second Charlie squats in the mud, he's stronger. Every second the Lorax squats in the trees, he gets stronger.
He
I have only ever heard of this movie from Broforce.
You never heard of this movie before?
Never before. There are several movies, there are some movies I have heard of before Broforce, but haven't seen, like Leon the Professional, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, I'd seen the movie, not the show. Boondock Saints I actually hadn't seen before.
Really?
I have since watched it, and it's obviously fantastic.
It's a great one. Have you seen the second one also?
No, I didn't know it was the second one.
The second one's pretty good.
But there are but there are a few characters I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
These are both the Chuck Norris ones, because fuck Chuck Norris, and the two Jean-Claude Van Damme. I have never actually seen a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, except for The Expendables, but I don't think that counts.
I have seen, sadly, Street Fighter.
Because I've seen the bison scenes from Street Fighter.
I have played the Street Fighter drinking game, and I have basically become like a seasoned vet of the Street Fighter film because of it.
Have you played the Street Fighter the movie, the game drinking game?
No, I haven't, and I don't want to because I'd probably fucking die because it probably involves if you lose, take a drink.
So we are Universal Soldier.
Also, I've seen Time Cop.
I have not seen that either. But
Time Cop was a good, actually. I really liked
Time Cop and
many a nut have been busted on Time Cop.
Time Cop and Universal Soldier. Gio jerks off to Time Cop, by the way. Apparently,
there's a scene in Time Cop where they're watching. One of the guys is watching VR porn. It's a really hot
like
scene.
The Star Wars Holiday Special.
Kinda.
Because don't forget, there's that scene where you see Grandpa Wookiee whip out his fucking General Tarful and jerk it to weird VR porn.
Well,
he whips out his fucking bowcaster.
In this case, it's literally Hacker Man in the Time Cop office watching VR porn of a woman like stripping down with big titties and like she's like a blonde hottie, whatever, and fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme just rips his headset off or something. And he's like, what the fuck, man? I was getting into that.
But I have never heard anyone talk about... I've heard people talk about Time Cop. I've never heard anyone talk about Universal Soldier.
Yeah.
It inexplicably has a bunch of sequels.
I have heard many people talk about Universal Soldier, but I have I have never had, like, a fire lit under my ass to watch it.
But I know two characters from this movie are actually in Broforce.
Uh-huh.
And that is obviously Universal Soldier, which is the Jean-Claude Van Damme character, and one of the boss fights is CR666, who is the Dolph Lundgren, who is a parody of the Dolph Lundgren character in this movie.
Is Dolph Lundgren supposed to be a Vietnamese soldier?
No.
Okay.
I think he's supposed to be American.
Okay, because like,
also,
my God, if that's where this was going.
Also, bear in mind, I know this is going to be a stretch.
Yeah.
Van Damme, I think, is also supposed to be American in this.
Well, I mean, he's supposed to be Guile.
True. Even though...
doesn't surprise
Wait, if you think about it, Dolph Lundgren would have made a better Guile.
Dolph Lundgren's more American. Or at least he sounds more American.
Looks more like Guile. He'd have to shave his eyebrows off, but...
Nah. Okay, honestly, Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of looks like Guile. But, like, he needs the hair, obviously.
But not quite as extreme.
No. Make it as extreme as humanly possible.
So, like...
That's where the Street Fighter movie went wrong. They didn't go far enough.
So, hair to the point where you could flip him over and stand him up.
Right.
On his flat top.
Yeah, exactly. I want him to have, like, the bottom of a can, life-sized, to like, an equivalent to his head.
So like some of the Colossus action figures, you can just stand up on their head.
I want Hammerhead from Marvel to look at him and get jealous.
Mm-hmm. Fuck. Or Legion. He's got the similar thing going on.
Legion has like the cone head though. But he's got a racer head hairdo.
He does. Anyway, let's watch this shit.
It was a top-secret government project.
Pack them in ice. All of them.
Designed to create the perfect soldier.
No man would ever again have to die in the service of his country.
Cryogenically preserved.
Okay, guys. Memory clearance.
Genetically enhanced.
How's the picture?
Pretty ugly.
Very fun, very fun.
Programmed to obey.
We're at the tower. Okay, here we go.
Who are these guys?
30 hostages held inside the power station at the base of the structure.
I said shut up! We're inside.
Begin phase 2.
This marks the third successful mission for the Universal Soldier.
But there was something they didn't count on.
He's not responding. GR-44, do you read me?
At the end of the mission, he became completely unresponsive.
Inside the machine is a man.
Do you really think the Pentagon would allow the regeneration of dead soldiers?
Stop the girl. Shoot if you have to.
And all it takes
Veronica Roberts, TNA.
is one memory
You didn't do anything.
to awaken him.
Let's go, hit it!
Traitor. Universal Soldier.
What the hell did they do to you?
Don't know. But I'm going to find out.
One can't be controlled.
Buckle up.
The other cannot be stopped.
This mission has been canceled.
I'm giving the orders from now on. I'm gonna teach them all.
Are we having fun yet?
The ultimate weapons of the future have declared war on each other. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren. Universal Soldier.
Stop. That is an order.
Okay, well...
This is a bad movie.
It has 5 sequels.
It does, and I don't understand why. They probably do get more, like, over the top as they go.
This wasn't... The problem with this movie is it's trying to tell, at moments, a deep and introspective story.
It's telling
about
a
a man...
PTSD.
About PTSD and a man in a time he doesn't understand.
But
the problem with Jean-Claude Van Damme,
but also that man is like just like shooting random fucking security guards and like carrying around like fuck tons of grenades.
No, not him. I'm talking about the other guy.
Oh well, he has PTSD in a crazy amount.
So we open.
Like honestly, Dolph Lundgren fucking just has PTSD on his ass the entire film.
He's also I gotta put it out here now, the best goddamn thing in this movie.
Yes, he's shooting
He
people in
is
supermarkets.
delightful.
Yes, and tossing grenades and
laughing.
one-liners.
And having one of his dudes eat meat in a very weird way.
That was not his fault, okay? That guy just loved that meat, okay? He just wanted some of that meat. He realized how hungry he was, like Van Damme did. Because they've been eating the baby food, the fucking, RoboCop food.
So we open in Vietnam.
Of course.
God,
what does anything have to
do with Vietnam? And everyone's like, he's gone crazy. He's lost his fucking mind. And then Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He got off the boat.
He goes to he goes to the village, and then we cut to Jean-Claude Van Damme. No, the other one. Dolph Lundgren humming calmly with some crying Vietnamese civilians and like huddled in the corner.
Yeah.
And he's just calmly making and like stringing ears onto his dog tag. Where this like really calming Asian music with Gio's name in it for some reason we saw in the credits plays.
And it's one of the best like moments in the whole film because it just sets the tone super well. It's like these two fucking characters.
It was like, and Jean-Claude Van Damme was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" They're traitors.
Can you hear it?
Can you hear it? This is something I'm legitimately impressed about by this movie.
Mm.
He does make the I can't hear you or can you hear this joke while referencing the necklace of ears multiple times, but it's still funny every time he does it.
It's honestly like at this point I had a feeling that this was just straight up like going for Sabretooth versus Wolverine.
And Dolph Lundgren.
And that's what we basically got.
And Dolph Lundgren, this is like...
It's really well written.
It's the bits in X-Men Origins Wolverine where it's Wolverine and Creed on screen together.
Yeah. In terms of like the setting and the tone and everything,
it's
well written.
Their final fight is a lot like the first boss fight with Sabretooth in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, like.
But they shoot
X-Men Origins.
They shoot each other.
Yeah.
And X-Men Origins is itself Commando.
Uh-huh.
But they shoot each other, and then they do like science.
After he shoots one of the guys.
Dolph
Lundgren shoots the civilian. One of the
because he orders Van Damme to do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey man, I just want to go home, and just Dolph Lundgren slowly turns to him and says, "You want to leave?
You're a yellow traitor. They're all traitors. I hear them all."
He would have done great in a fucking unit with Kilgore. Someday this war's gonna end.
Flying around on the chopper.
Charlie
squats in the motherfucking mud, bro.
Charlie don't
and
surf.
He gets stronger.
Charlie don't surf.
Charlie don't surf.
I need a T-shirt with Professor X doing the mind thing and the words "Charlie don't surf."
Yes, that's a good one.
So they kill each other.
They kill each other. They get taken away by a fucking commanding officer guy,
and they get made into
told to be put on ice.
And they get made into fucking Saiyans.
Yes. They show up later with the scanner
and the body armor,
power level, fucking
and the fucking armor,
the body armor, but with like army camo because it's army. There's still like an army experiment.
One of the soldiers is Tiny Lester.
It's literally fucking like Raditz and fucking Broly and
Tiny Lister is Nappa.
And Nappa, exactly. And the last one's little Nappa.
Shut the hell up, Nappa, and you might survive.
Raditz is running away from Broly.
Too bad it's Sunday. Those buildings would have been filled up tomorrow.
But yeah. They look like fucking Super Saiyans. They go and stop a fucking robbery.
They stop a terrorist attack on the Hoover Dam.
They're robbing a fucking vault.
No, they want their dudes released from prison.
Are they?
Yeah.
I thought they were going to.
They're at the Hoover Dam, and what they want.
Oh, they threaten to blow the dome.
Yeah.
I see.
What they want.
But still, they send them into.
Yeah, they send them to.
test.
But what these terrorists want is what is the cover story for Hans Gruber in Die Hard.
Yeah.
And they're playing that as their straight goal.
I mean, like, freedom fighters, I guess, but like...
No, they want people who have murdered people and been locked up for it to be let out of jail.
Okay, I understand. It's a high stakes, realistic army situation.
So they talk about we meet a reporter who's smoking and she's doing her thing.
Mm-hmm. The fucking Raditz and Broly are able to take out people with fucking silenced pistols from 50 yards out.
Well, yeah, they leveled up, so they pulled their triggers harder. Our two main characters, Van Damme, is... Because these names are actually easier to remember.
My gun go off.
It does, motherfucker, my gun go off. But Van Damme is GR44, while Dolph Lundgren is GR13.
Yeah. But it's like... It's just...
No one else matters.
Yeah, it's just Dolph Lundgren and fucking Van Damme.
So Van Damme can't shoot someone. He freezes up.
Yeah, there's like a woman in a truck. He freezes up. Yeah, he doesn't shoot
Well,
her.
no, it's after they've done it successfully. But he freezes. He like freezes and isn't obeying like the get the fuck out command.
Yeah.
And he
take the prisoners command.
And he like he sees
Dolph Lundgren shoots the guy though.
Yeah.
And that's what basically makes his PTSD.
But he sees Lundgren and he's like, huh? And then he looks away and then he's like, hold the fuck up, you.
Well, yeah, man. His PTSD go off. It happens, you know. Van Damme, being the main character protag man, needs his PTSD to go off so he can save the girl.
So the
and then they drag fucking giant cybernetic worms out of his asshole.
Yep. Like in the Matrix.
Indeed.
So they take them to the truck and they're working on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they keep them on ice so they can heal their wounds because these are corpses. All these are dead dudes used for war.
Titan cooldown.
I gotta say, these people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the scouter mainly lets the government see through their eyes and control them like video game characters.
Yeah, there's an entire team of scientists devoted.
Can we just take him to admire that the plan to use that these scientists are so fucking lucky that the plan to use dead soldiers for military to continue high stakes military operations, they are so fucking lucky this did not lead to zombies.
The fucking audacity of them, Merrick, in order for them
That's what we're recording on.
Straight up. Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
To straight up grab Vietnam vets who died in combat, okay, into a fucking government fucking secret like project, okay, and not expecting it to go wrong and kill millions of fucking American civilians because this is being tested on U.S. soil.
Of course.
Not expecting them to fucking just go haywire after you basically rigged these people to jump through fucking walls and explosions.
And push cars hard enough to start the engine.
Yes. Literally turning them into fucking prototypes of fucking war. Yeah.
So the reporter and her cameraman go down.
Nanomachines.
They get captured. The cameraman gets killed. Van Damme rescues the reporter and they drive off.
Yeah.
And by this point, Dolph Lundgren is basically back. He has control of again.
He's slowly
Sergeant
getting
Scott.
more and more of it. But basically, at this point, his PTSD triggered his true personality, which is
I can't hear you.
Laughing like Brian Fury, going. It's basically Brian Fury.
So the reporter and Van Damme go to a motel which charges a ridiculous prices.
Yeah.
He just strips naked and stands in front of the air conditioner.
Titan cooldown.
And then he goes out in his socks outside and stands naked, sweating, and then
he
falls
decides
over
to conveniently put on a vest before getting attacked by Dolph Lundgren's crew.
So there's a shootout, blow through a lot of walls.
Mm-hmm.
He just has a pistol. Everyone else has like saws and LMGs and submachine guns and shit.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple in the next room in bed.
Dolph Lundgren somehow sneaks over the man's naked body while pointing a gun at his head.
Well, he was down there.
Yeah.
And then the men pulled in with the guns, so the guy couldn't react to the man underneath him in the fucking full combat armor as well. Because, he already had a gun pointing at his fucking face by one of Dolph Lundgren's guys. And then, he dies in a bad way, by the way. That one, he gets fucking burned alive. But, he fucking goes in, he's pointing the guns at the couple. Then they steal his car because Van Damme fucking pulls the gun on him when they leave.
Mm-hmm.
Conveniently as well. And then, they escape in this fucking wagon. What else happens after that? They drive through the fucking resto, the little diner.
Yeah, they go to the gas station.
Motel.
They go to the gas station first.
Gas station!
It's like, park the car. I am robot. I don't know if I'm supposed to be robot or I'm just Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Did I mention this movie wants to be Terminator?
You did.
So fucking bad.
You did mention that. I think it also wants to be RoboCop.
Because he eats the baby food.
Yes. So they go to the gas station. The soldiers he gets naked again.
Yep. He fucking...
The soldiers show up and they blow up the gas station at them.
Yeah, they have like the big shootout at the fucking gas station and the guys burn alive.
Then they go to the diner and he doesn't know what food is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's also a really funny... when they're
he cuts a worm out of his asshole.
Yeah, but when they're trying to find the tracking device, he's standing naked in front of her as a look for anything that's not supposed to be there. He looks down at his penis. Is that supposed to be there?
Pull the tapeworm out of my ass. He does.
All right, Chris.
It's not what I'm referencing.
All right, now take the Sonic Shoe medallion.
That wasn't what I was referencing at all. So they cut him open. The fucking fire trap go off. He fucking gets in another car with her. He tells her to buckle up again, and then he slams Dolph Lundgren off the car out the front window because he climbed on.
By this point, Dolph Lundgren is back.
Yeah, just straight
and
up.
And he shoots his commanding officer in the face.
Uh-huh.
And it's a terrible effect because he's wearing glasses and he shoots him in the eye, but the glasses don't break.
The blood splatters all over his glasses, in the glasses lens. Full on, and it's like, no, the bullet was supposed to, go off in his eyeball.
So,
through his fucking eyeglasses.
CR-13. My name is Sergeant Adam Scott. I got a necklace of ears now, and I'm wearing this green military uniform.
He makes it now. No, he makes it now. He makes it out of them. And then he kills the science team.
Because they didn't listen!
Yeah, exactly.
Kills all the scientists, and then just gets
the ending of The Last of Us.
He gets a team. He gets a team together.
Yeah.
Goes to a grocery store. Mm-hmm. There's one soldier just eating meat, eating a hunk of raw meat.
The fucking supermarket. They just they're getting dragged through because the burning ones. He wanted to put them on ice
because ice regenerates them.
So he literally pulls them in the supermarket and he's dragging the both of them fucking bleeding.
Oh, dude!
All over the fucking place.
If you stick,
and he just looks at one of the fucking the stacking boys. He just goes, "Where's your fridge?"
It's in the back. Thanks.
It's fucking wild.
And he's ranting about the war still because he thinks he's still in Nam. Mm. He thinks everything is Nam now.
Yes. What does anything have
to do with Vietnam?
Well, this.
Jean-Claude Van Damme just wants to go home. They go
the Yellow Traders.
Yes. They order everything at a diner.
Yes.
And I gotta say, Jean-Claude Van Damme's the bad guy here. Because when the waitress is like, hey, are you gonna pay for that? It's like, and he just ignores her. And the guy comes over, is like, how are you gonna pay for that? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hurt you. And then he just basically steals all the food.
I just want to eat. All I had is the baby food.
I'm eating all this. I could actually go for like a truck stop breakfast.
I can go for poutine.
He's not Quebecois.
They do ask to be, yes. Oh.
Yeah, that Canadian or France.
Canadian. And the girl's like, what? Like, you have this funny accent. You go, what accent?
A lot of this movie is the reporter asking him things and trying to be funny, and him just staring dead-eyed at her. This is the reason that the Terminator wears sunglasses.
This movie is just everything, like, in terms of worst way to do Terminator, worst way to do RoboCop.
Still better.
Why is this called Universal Soldier?
I don't know. Initially, from what I saw in Broforce and the stills from the movie, I saw like the body armor and the scouters and the high-tech rifles, and I just assumed they were Space Marines and it was like a movie in space. I don't know what the fuck this is. Why this movie?
This is PTSD film.
It do be.
This is Wolverine versus Sabretooth PTSD adventures. James Howlett.
So they go to this guy and they talk to him about the project, and he finds out he's a dead man. Then there's this big battle on the highway where Dolph Lundgren is he has a rattlesnake wrapped around his head, and he's sitting in the front of the truck, and he's just throwing infinite grenades at them and laughing.
Someone's having fun here. I'm having fun, ain't you?
Having fun yet?
Have another one. Boom.
Adapt and overcome.
Adapt and overcome.
Yeah.
I wanted him to literally just grab a fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme's head and just be like fucking adapt and overcome, slam his face in the fucking ground.
Also, he's getting high on like super strength.
Gamma bombs.
He's getting high on super strength for him as serum. So they trick him into driving off a cliff.
Well, yeah, because honestly, like, he kind of, like, fucking just, he gets wrecked real bad, but not his own fault. It's literally because Jean-Claude Van Damme is able to run out of the bus so fast, get to the top of it, and shoot a fucking pistol straight into the driver's face, like, 3 times, and all Dolph Lundgren can do is just sit there watching.
I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed this isn't how Dolph Lundgren dies in this movie. Because it's the only way I can personally buy Van Damme beating Lundgren.
Yeah. But
it's
they
not,
do have to have
it's
hand-to-hand
not
combat.
It's not quite as bad as the movie Fallen Knight, where the final enemy for Dolph Lundgren is a dude who looks like Cypher from The Matrix. It's like, yeah, I know I know in the brain he's possessed by some kind of demon in the story, but I don't believe this guy versus Dolph Lundgren's a fair fight. Lundgren should be able to just pick this dude up and break him.
They're supposed to be like, what? Like 60 years old or something?
Yeah, they're 50s, in the 50s.
Yeah, in their 50s. So it's like, okay, yeah, they should be fucking, like, throwing, like, walkers at each other.
But they didn't age, and that's not what 50-year-olds are.
I know, I'm kidding around.
Okay.
And it's like,
maybe try making your... There's a thing that jokes are supposed to be.
No,
and that's funny.
No, but
and you're not good at that.
They shouldn't be able to, like, run up on top of buses is what I'm saying.
They're
like,
super soldiers, though. That's the point.
Yeah, but fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme ripped all the shit out of him.
Would you rather they not do that?
No, yeah, that would make for a pretty boring movie.
It's already a pretty boring movie,
right?
Gino.
Yeah, right. Ain't it? Why not just drag it all the way down by having them hit each other with walkers? Instead?
Though I will say in about the shit about the shit being torn out of Lundgren, he's also been like jamming super serum into himself all fucking day.
That's the baby food.
Yes.
That's just the baby food they're jamming into themselves.
So they go to his parents' or siblings' house or brother's house. Mm-hmm. I don't know who this.
RoboCop walks like this.
Yes.
The whole film.
He does.
It didn't make for a boring movie then.
No, he also had his super gun.
That's true.
And there was more going on. And you had those like ads from the future. And you had, I'd buy that for $1 and all that shit.
Was that necessary though?
Yes.
For movie making?
Yes, because it's a sad... People forget with the fucking shit remake and... I'm sorry, the shit sequels. RoboCop is a satire. Yeah. People forget this.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like Demolition Man.
Yes, which is also a less good satire.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely less good than Demolition Man. But it could have been really, really good.
This actually, I think this could have worked with Stallone instead of Van Damme. Mm-hmm. Only that change.
And honestly, like, if it could have, like, just not gone for, like, the whole, like, okay, yeah, PTSD angle, let's make it into, like, more of a sci-fi fucking action film.
The thing is, the PTSD, we're coming at the end, but the PTSD angle, if that's going to be the premise of your movie, if you can't make a better movie than First Blood, don't bother, because that's already done this.
It wants to be Terminator, it wants to be fucking like Cyberpunk, and then it sits in the middle fucking with its hands together going, well, I can't do this cool thing because that one told me not to.
That's why you do your own thing.
What's that screaming? Use the San Diego stand! No, don't use the San Diego stand. Kick him, roundhouse kick him in the face. And then the other one's like, no, roundhouse kick him in the face. Shoot the fucking 10-shot grenade launcher at him out of your arm.
Now, you know who would have been great as GR44 in this?
Yeah, what?
Patrick Warburton.
Okay. Honestly, I can see this movie.
He's fucking Putty from Seinfeld as the main character.
I could think of like another kind of like cool version of this though, like somehow.
But we'll get to that.
Ironside or something.
Yeah. Yes. All the yes. But well, that would just be Splinter Cell at that point. But so they go to his house. Then Dolph Lundgren shows up in like he's been collecting sheriff badges. He's fucking crazy. He beats the shit out of Van Damme.
Just robbing the corpses blind.
And then Van Damme beats the shit out of him and then throws him on spikes. And then the movie's over. I guess the reporter and Van Damme were in love. I don't care. And then we get the song Body Count.
They get body count. Body count. Body count.
One that's apparently been censored to the point where it doesn't matter.
Censored to shit.
Censored
literally the entire song is about fucking police just murdering people.
So my statement of it's been censored into irrelevancy.
Authoritarian deaths. And it's just fucking, oh god, it's hardcore.
Yeah, this movie was not so good.
Yeah.
There are ways it's a good ideas. Maybe some of the sequels might be more interesting.
It would have been, okay, honestly, yeah. There was a moment probably in the script writing room where this was a great film. There's probably a moment of that. But it got fucking rewritten all shit probably. And it was trying to work in the PTSD angle.
It's very much a 90s action movie. Because 80s action movies, fucking fantastic.
Exactly.
And then the 90s happened. And then they decided, you know what, we can't just have our action movies be big guys shooting guns and things blowing up. We need to say something. It's like, no, you fucking don't.
Yeah, it got rewritten to that point probably. But
that's what gave us shit like The Matrix.
But like also, oh man, it wanted to be The Matrix too.
Well, no, it didn't.
Yeah,
because that hadn't come out yet.
I know. But like, it wants to be like that in the way of like, okay, yeah, we're trying to say something about society here, and it's like somebody's telling us to rewrite this fucking thing.
Look,
when we had a good, solid story to begin with.
Someone wrote a story concept for a first-person shooter, and it ended up in the movie section.
Yeah.
And then we got
that person was Roland Emmerich. He wanted
yeah,
to
this
write
is a Roland Emmerich. This is our first Roland
Doom
Emmerich.
Game. Yeah, he wanted to write a Doom clone and have it be RoboCop-esque in nature. He basically wanted to make a RoboCop game.
Yeah, make a RoboCop first-person shooter in the Doom in the Quake mod.
Yeah, but he's like, okay, I have fucking Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Jean-Claude Van Damme can't speak, so fuck, I can't really have them like really communicating stuff. So let's just have them throw grenades at each other.
Are we gonna shoot her? Are we gonna shoot her in the chat? No, we're gonna shoot her in the head. I give this personally. I did have fun with part of it.
Yeah, there are parts of this that are fun.
So I'm gonna score this kind of like I scored The Mist.
Half marks?
Well, not half marks. When Dolph Lundgren is on screen, for me, this is an 8 out of 10. When yes, when he's not on screen, this is a 4.
I want to say,
this is a 3.
Yeah.
When Dolph Lundgren's not on screen.
No, Lundgren's very, very good.
When that one guy eats the meat, this is a solid 10.
It's a very, very like high 7 for me. It's like, even if Dolph Lundgren's on the screen, but mostly when Dolph Lundgren's on the screen, it is a solid 7 for me.
Fair. All right.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fucking action movies. Okay, like
same.
This is a solid 7 though for sure. Dolph Lundgren's great. Even Jean-Claude Van Damme has his moments.
I gotta say, we have reviewed a lot worse action movies than the fucking Ultimate Weapon with Hulk Hogan. Holy fuck, that was terrible.
That's why though. At worst though, it's still 5. Maybe a 5.5. Like, it's higher up. Maybe a bit more, like, maybe a bit towards a 6. A 5.9.
You know what I would have...
At worst.
You know what I would have cut?
Yeah.
Which I really think hurts this movie? The restaurant scene.
Yeah.
Because he's really just beating the shit out of innocent people.
Yeah.
At that point.
But because he just wants to eat, dude.
Yeah, but he needs to pay for it.
Poutine.
But he needs to pay for it.
But he wants his poutine, and he's going to eat and eat and eat because all he have is the baby food.
Anyway, next week, we are looking at the first movie by my favorite director of all time.
He's gonna bite your ear off.
Mike Tyson's not in this movie.
He would have been really good in it, though.
She would have been fantastic.
So, okay, guys. Raditz and Broly
and Nappa,
and we'll have Mike Tyson there as Son Goku. Or have him be Nappa instead.
Yeah, have him as Nappa.
Yeah.
Who'd play Vegeta?
Vegetables?
Oh, no, I know.
What?
I can't remember his name, but I knew you. I knew
Oh,
you.
yeah, the rat guy there?
You ain't you. We put you through the window.
Crow.
Him, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Crow, fucking Horn.
Yeah.
He's Uncle Ben Horn, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's like a really, really long I don't know, like maybe Al Pacino.
I'm trying to think of someone like with the height.
So for 9,000.
I'm looking for someone short.
Yeah.
Because Vegeta's like fucking short.
Yeah.
Little dwarf.
Yeah. It's a hard casting choice. But like, yeah, he's got like stubby little like limbs and whatever. It would be John Cena. Put the wig on John Cena. Have him scream it's over 9,000.
No, John Cena's Goku.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty awesome. But we shouldn't have white people though as our DBZ characters anymore. It has to only be Asians because of Dragon Ball Evolution. Okay, guys. Good night.
What? I don't see your logic.
Dragon Ball Evolution was so bad.
Yeah.
Like,
was that because of the white people?
It was a Western making of the film that had Piccolo turning around in bed.
I think that movie would have sucked regardless.
No, I think it could have been better. There are good, like, Japanese Dragon Balls of all the things.
Not live action.
Yeah, I know there could be
like
action though. It'd be better.
Some animes can work in live action, not Dragon Ball.
Okay, so when is Kamen Rider coming out?
I don't know. That is a live action show.
Yeah, I know, but like, when are we gonna get a Western Kamen Rider?
We do. It's called fucking Power Rangers, dumbass.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it's
That's
fuck.
not Kamen Rider.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Well, it's Sentai. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. It did birth Sentai.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, we have a Western Kamen Rider. It's called Beetleborgs.
Bionicles.
That is not even a little the same. That's Lego, man.
I know. It's horrible.
And that'll be a good night from us.
This movie's bad, okay? Don't watch this movie.
I can hear you!